All right, welcome to our explainer. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that, let's be honest, a lot of us are curious about, but maybe a little hesitant to talk about openly. I'm talking about our secret desires. We're going to explore the world of kink, pulling some amazing insights from the book Cuffed, Tied, and Satisfied. So yeah, let's jump right in.
So imagine this. After 20 years of marriage, a woman named Sandy finally turns to her husband, Greg, and confesses something that's been eating away at her. She tells him she has this fantasy about being tied up, and it filled her with so much shame, so much confusion. But you know what? That one moment of vulnerability, it kicked off a journey that completely reshaped their entire relationship.
And here's the thing. The book makes it really clear that Sandy's feeling is not unique at all. For so many people, this is the starting line. That first step into exploring kink is just grappling with that heavy sense of shame, Asking yourself, wait, is it even okay for me to want this?
So, okay, what's really going on here? Why do these desires even pop up? Well, the author points out that it's almost never just about the physical act itself. It's way deeper. It can be about what's called psychological penetration, that incredible feeling of being truly, completely seen by someone. Or it might be about finally getting permission to release shame, or playing with that powerful tension between different energies. Sometimes it's about a huge emotional release, like a catharsis you didn't even know you needed.
But here's where it gets really interesting. One of the key insights in the book is that constantly asking why do I want this, can actually be a trap. It just keeps you stuck in a loop of shame. A kink professional in the book just nails it. He says, let's stop asking why and just move into acceptance. The real journey, it seems, begins when you stop analyzing and just accept.
So if we're not supposed to judge our desires, what do we do instead? Well, the book gives us this amazing new framework. It's all about decoding what it calls your unique erotic blueprint. Seriously, think of it like a personalized map to your own desires.
The core idea here is that every single one of us has a primary erotic blueprint. It's kind of like a fingerprint for what really, truly gets you going. The book breaks this down into 4 main types, so let's get into what they are.
Okay, first up is the energetic type. If this is you, you're probably super sensitive to the vibe in the room. For an energetic type, intense eye contact, or just that crackling anticipation right before a touch, that can be way more powerful than the physical act itself. It's all about that unseen energy flowing between people.
Next up, we have the sensual type. For these folks, it's all about the full sensory experience. We're talking candles, the right music, a clean, beautiful space. Basically, the whole atmosphere has to be perfect. That's what allows them to get out of their head and really drop into their body and feel pleasure. All right, then there's the sexual type. These are the people who are really turned on by that direct, primal passion. They're pretty goal-oriented and can go from 0 to 60 in no time. The idea of taking or being taken can be a huge turn-on, and for them, sex is often an amazing way to connect and just de-stress from the day.
And last but not least, we have the kinky type. For the kinky type, the brain is absolutely the biggest sex organ. Arousal is almost totally psychological. It gets sparked by creativity, by fantasy, and by the thrill of playing with taboos. A single, well-placed, suggestive sentence can be more powerful than anything else.
Now, here is the most crucial takeaway from all of this. Almost nobody is just one of these types. We're all a combination, a unique mix. So the whole point of this isn't to slap a label on yourself or your partner. It's about understanding. It's about building compassion for why you want what you want and why they want what they want. It helps you bridge those gaps in desire.
Okay, so now you've got a better handle on your own wiring. But that leads to the next big question, right? How in the world do you actually explore this stuff in a way that's safe and consensual and, actually fun?
This is where the author brings in the incredible therapist Esther Perel, and she makes this fascinating point that our modern focus on making sex perfectly equal and respectful, well, when you strip out any expression of power, you can actually kill desire. She argues that consciously and consensually playing with power can be the very thing that brings the passion roaring back.
And this idea is called polarity. Think of it like a magnet. The erotic charge, that spark, it thrives on the tension between two opposite poles, an active, leading energy and a receptive, surrendering energy. And this has nothing to do with gender, by the way. It's about the dynamic. When one person steps up to take control and the other chooses to surrender, that's when you get that intense electric heat.
Okay, let's pause here, because this is probably the single most important point we're going to talk about. The book draws a thick, bright, absolutely uncrossable line between kink and abuse. Kink is always consensual. It's built on a bedrock of respect for needs and boundaries. You do not fear for your safety. Abuse, on the other hand, is the total opposite. It is not consensual, it stops all of our boundaries, and it involves real fear of being harmed. They are not the same thing, period.
This leads us to the non-negotiable motto of the entire BDSM and kink community. You'll hear it everywhere. Safe, sane, and consensual. SSC. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's the absolute foundation of trust that makes any of this exploration possible.
So how do we make that real? How do you put it into practice? It comes down to some really practical rules for safe play. Number 1, safe words. You have to agree on words that can pause or stop everything instantly. Yellow might mean slow down, red means full stop, scene over. Number 2, the check-in. You have to be constantly checking on your partner, both by asking them and just by watching their body language. And 3, plan and prepare. Talk about limits and medical stuff before you even start. These rules aren't restrictive. They create this safe container that allows you both to feel truly free.
So, you're armed with self-knowledge, you've got the rules of safety down, there's really only one crucial piece of the puzzle left, and that's how to actually start the conversation.
And the book provides a fantastic tool to help with this. It's called a kink communication list. The idea is simple. You and your partner each get a list of activities, and you privately check off whether you actively want to do it, you're willing to try it for them, or it's a hard no way. This is a really low-pressure way to see where your desires and boundaries line up and where they don't. It helps you find that overlapping space, your shared playground.
And then, when you sit down to talk about your lists, the most important thing is how you talk. You've got to listen with a totally open heart. No judgment, no getting defensive. Instead, get curious. Ask questions like, tell me more about that. What feeling are you chasing with that fantasy? And whatever you do, you never, ever punish your partner for being courageous enough to share a desire with you. That trust is everything.
When you boil it all down, the book's biggest message is a powerful reframe. Kink isn't some weird checklist of specific acts you have to perform. It's a massive creative spectrum. It's a form of intimate expression that, when you explore it safely and with care, can lead to some of the deepest connection, pleasure, and self-discovery you can imagine.
And so, we're left with this final, powerful question. Now that you have the map, a way to understand yourself, rules for safety, tools to communicate, where will your journey take you? The map is in your hands now. The adventure is all yours. Thanks for tuning in.